Jim Larinaga, 40th year as a head coach overall, his 13th at Miami, and his Hurricanes will start with the basketball. Jamie Lucky, Tim Clougherty, A.J. Desire officials. Miami in the black, Syracuse in the home whites. It is an orange out. It typically is, but it's specifically an orange out here in the Dome, where the Hurricanes off a 29-8 season control first, and they get an easy touch for Nwoko. What a start that is, a 2-point per game scorer, has the game's first two.
And you see right away with Malik Brown hedging so high, they have to have that rotation come from the bottom. That's something Syracuse and Miami both need to have tonight.
Syracuse is starting five. Starling, Judah Mintz is their top scorer. Brown has been terrific this season, getting the start with Naheem McLeod out for the year, along with Justin Taylor and Chris Bell. Judah Mintz, the Orange's leading scorer at 18.5 per game, controls. Now the leading scorers in the ACC will lean in with a second to shoot, and his missed shot cleaned up by Wooga Poplar. And we have an injured Miami player here, as Poplar got the rebound. It appears to have been hit up high. Look at the full Hurricane starting five: Pack, Cleveland, Poplar, George, and Nwoko. And here's what happened to Wooga Poplar. Maybe he's got hit with his own hand on the way down.
That happens, Kev. It happens sometimes in the game.
That would be one of the more bizarre injuries we've seen, a self-inflicted facial injury. Poplar will towel it off. It can ill afford any more injuries right now if you're Miami without O'Meara. It is already a team that gets almost no production from their bench.
Yeah, only playing 6 or 7 guys. They need everyone they can get.
Hurricanes off a loss against Florida State on Wednesday, 84-75. And working inside of Nwoko again. How about this start? Michael Nwoko, the freshman from Toronto, with the first 2 baskets.
And you're going to see it all game from both teams. They're going to try to get downhill. You see Cleveland with the steal.
And Cleveland, a little bit of an odd delivery midair, ends up banking it in off the back of the rim, and Miami starts 3 for 3.
Well, these two teams are similar as far as their style of play, wanting to get downhill. But 2 things they're going to have to do is contain the guards and be able to take care of the basketball.
2 teams that play at a high tempo, Miami and Syracuse. That ball's thrown away by Bell. Another turnover, and then Mintz will take it back and get bumped in the back by Wooga Poplar for the game's first foul. But it is a sloppy start with the ball. A couple of turnovers so far for Syracuse.
Yeah, you see right here, they're trying to play up the short roll. Miami does a great job of hedging hard. The short roll should be open, but Miami did a good job of rotating from the backside and getting there. That's just something that these Syracuse guards are going to have to notice.
Where does Syracuse most excel on offense?
They're getting downhill. I mean, again, Miami and Syracuse are similar as far as their style of play. They really excel getting downhill. Obviously, Judah getting to the free throw line and JJ getting to the paint. But what really helps them and separates them is when they can get their perimeter shooters going, and that helps space the floor and helps those guys like JJ and Judah get downhill.
Malik Brown pokes it away off the missed 3 by Chris Bell. 19 to shoot for Miami. Hurricanes the second highest scoring team in the ACC, 83.2 points per game, and the 5th most efficient offense in the conference. Very good shooters, very good from 3, and they will struggle with turnovers. Here's George. A deep one is off the mark for Keyshawn George and cleaned up by the Orange's leading rebounder, Malik Brown. Here's Brown off the feed from Mintz. Lays it in, and they can finally take their seats here in the Dome.
And Kev, we talked about that short roll. Miami does a great job of hedging hard. Their defense is high up, so that leaves the rim to be open a lot. Syracuse has to be able to take advantage of that throughout the game.
Malik Brown now 70 for 99. 71% field goal percentage on the year. Nijel Pack with a little step back too. 1,499 career point score. The 4th-year junior Pack gets on the board.
He's the guy who leads this Miami team. As he goes, the Miami team goes.
There is Starling, and that's a pleasant sign for Syracuse after a couple of threes at Pitt on Tuesday. J.J. Starling has had a tough year shooting from 3, only 26% with a confident start. On the ball right now in Pack. Freshman George right in front of the very active Adrian Autry, first-year Syracuse coach. Jerry McNamara to his right. On the drive, here's Wooga Poplar.
Judah's a very capable defender, but a lot of times he plays Ole defense and lets his defender go right by. He's a guy who needs to be able to stay in front and keep those guys so it doesn't put so much pressure on his bigs.
Miami starts at 5 for 6. Taylor off the shot fake. Blows by George, rattles out at 2. And Starling's able to keep the ball in bounds. Here's a 3 for Malik Brown, which is bricked.
Probably not the best shot that they wanted, but you know what? It's good to see Justin Taylor getting opportunities and looking for his own early on.
Poplar misses a 3. Here's Bell, and Poplar bumps him in front of the bench. That's a second foul against Wooga Poplar for an already thin Miami team. Foul issues early, but Michael Nwoko in his first career start with a couple of buckets. J.J. Starling, a Syracuse answer.
She is all things water. She is serenity. She is pure, enigmatic beauty. Mare Azzurro from Lebanon, only at Jared.
Look what I've just made. The perfect pearl.
Not too bad, but check this out.
Whoa, a true Venus clam.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Great skin.
Thanks. I got Old Spice body wash to thank for that.
He used to rely on me for skincare advice. Now he's
So moisturized.
But I
probably should use Old Spice too.
What? Reese's Big Cup with caramel? Or caramel? Is it caramel? 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 I don't know. Anyway, however you say it, just say it and then eat it.
Here at Papa John's, we know our stuff.
So try our newest cheesy calzone epic stuffed crust pizza, made with a blend of ricotta and mozzarella, hand stuffed into that Papa John's fresh, never frozen original dough. Get it for a limited time only at Papa John's.
Hey, can I get a Virginia?
A what?
Morning King? Heine. The green one?
There are some things that work better together. Like your workplace benefits and retirement savings.
Presentation looks great.
Thanks. Voya provides tools that help you make the right investment and benefit choices so you can reach today's financial goals. That one. And look forward to a more confident future.
That is one dynamic duo. Voya. Well planned, well invested, well protected.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, chameleon. Come and go, you come and go. Loving will be easy because I like my dream. Red, gold, and green.
A moment of silence was held before the game for Liam Zogby, a young man who passed away last Friday at age 22 as a result of complications from an aneurysm. Liam was a student manager with the Syracuse team, had many health conditions and health issues during his life, but had such a deep love for Syracuse basketball, was enrolled in the University School of Education, Jamesville DeWitt graduate, very close with Buddy Boeheim, Joe Girard, former Syracuse players, very close with this current team. The funeral held yesterday, and a whole lot of Syracuse coaches, players, and administrators. We want to send our love and condolences to the Zogby family. And talking to folks around the program, Liam was such a bright light, not for this team, but in this community in general. So our best wishes and love to all of Liam's friends and family. Syracuse plays with a heavy heart on this Saturday afternoon.
And the Syracuse managers just overall mean a lot to the Syracuse basketball program, and we know how much they do. So again, sending our condolences to the friends and family.
At practice yesterday, I think there were 20 Syracuse managers. There are like 7 more managers and there are players on this staff at all times.
And then if there's a wet spot, you're going to see all 20 of them right there on the floor getting it ready to go. So they mean a lot to the Syracuse basketball program.
There's just a handful of them down on the end of the bench. So Miami with a 10-5 lead. They take Wooga Poplar out of the game. He picked up his 2nd foul going to break. Quadir Copeland's on the floor for Syracuse. He's missed a couple of shots already. Fighting to get his own rebound back, and then a foul. A.J. Casey's off the bench for Miami, and Casey, 6'9" sophomore, in there with George. Foul is charged to Keyshawn George.
And for Syracuse, we know they excel at getting to the bucket, getting to the paint, but we have to see some of those perimeter shots knocked down so you can open up some of those driving lanes and make it a little bit easier for these guys getting to the rim.
Syracuse just 2 for 8 to start, and that ball deflected with 14 to shoot. Bensley Joseph's on the floor for Miami for the first time. His first game off the bench this season. He and Casey replaced Nowoko and Poplar. And Judah Mintz taking a seat for Copeland early for Syracuse. Here is the hyperactive guard Copeland. Looking to get his shot up again at the expiration of the timer. Fighting for another offensive rebound. Joseph's on the deck in a Copeland-Taylor sandwich. And the possession arrow will stay with Syracuse.
And you like the energy. For young players, a lot of times they see the first opportunity, it's open, they don't take it, and then they go into the second opportunity, it makes it a harder shot. And that was the case right there for Copeland. But Copeland, over the last 6-7 games, he's playing extremely, extremely good basketball. And not only is he a Swiss Army knife, his energy just impacts this team at a whole different level.
Turnover is an issue at points, but talking to Adrian Autry, feels like the last few weeks they've gotten some of the crazier plays out of his system. Quadir Copeland. Benny Williams checks in the game now. He's found a real connection with Copeland off the bench, and Judah Mintz returns to the floor. Bell off the shot fake. Rounded out for 2, and Miami finally clears it with the junior Bensley Joseph. There's that high hedge from Brown. Step in by George and an offensive foul as he hit Mintz in the face. That's 2 fouls on Keyshawn George. So 2 starters with 2 fouls already for Miami.
I don't know, Kev. I mean, it just looked like he was getting by. It was inadvertent. It wasn't anything on purpose, but I guess bad luck for George.
And this play is going to be reviewed at the monitor by Jamie Luckey and the officials because of the elbow up high. Officials will typically review a play even if it seems inadvertent with an elbow to the face. Does this meet the definition of flagrant, or is this a normal basketball move? I don't think there's much there.
Kev, having played, it happens all the time. I just tell you that. And I don't think it was inadvertent, but I mean, how they're calling the game now, I guess it's something that you just have to look at.
Questions for flagrant. Is it excessive and or unnecessary? Is it a legitimate play on the ball? And this is going to be a common foul. Clean up quickly.
And George is 6'8", and Mintz is 6 foot, so that he was already at that level where. So nothing malicious by George at all.
Cleaned up quickly by this veteran officiating crew. You deal with these officials much in your time, Jamie, Tim, and AJ?
You know what? I'd like to say I did deal with them. No, it wasn't inadvertent. Yeah.
Jamie Luckey's giving us the information.
Exactly. It happens when you're playing basketball.
Did any of these officials tee you up is what I want.
I've had a few tees in my day, Kevin. I have. You know what? I wasn't the quietest guy on the court when I used to play. I used to talk a little bit. So.
Is that right?
It is. Yeah.
Here's Williams getting position inside. Benny Williams on his first shot sticks in a layup.
Good to see Benny Williams. He's had a lot of ups and downs this year, but when he's engaged and locked in and comfortable, he makes a big-time impact for this team.
Miami working on a scoring drought of nearly 3 minutes as Brown deflects it from Casey. You've got Christian Watson, who did not play last game, on the floor for George. This is an odd Hurricanes lineup as Pack misses a 3, and it's punched in the air to Judah Mintz. Surveying the floor, the Syracuse sophomore. Into Brown from Williams. Here's a 3 for Bell. That's good. Syracuse ties it on a Chris Bell triple.
I'll tell you what, if Syracuse can have that guy right there, Chris Bell, come to play, they're a whole different team. Just spacing the floor out and talking about those driving lanes, just getting a little bit bigger for Judah and JJ and the guys getting to the basket. And then Kev, speaking on Omir's absence for a second, it's just going to put a lot of more pressure on these guards, Pack, Bentley, Cleveland, to really be able to score the basketball.
Matthew Cleveland misses a three. Again, if you're just joining us, Norchad Omir out with a lower extremity injury, which he suffered during the week. Miami's leading scorer and rebounder not available today. Up ahead, Watson gets the leak out. Christian Watson cannot finish the layup. Blew it right at the 10 with Mintz behind. Copeland. Bell comes flying in and Cleveland clears for Miami. Cleveland and Pack, the two scorers in the lineup right now, and Matthew Cleveland takes it strong to snap a 4+ minute scoring drought.
Kev, I really like this guy, Matthew Cleveland. I think he's just an NBA type of player, 3-level scorer. He's improved as a jump shooter as his career has, got prolonged, but he's a guy that can really make an impact right now, and I think at the next level as well.
Talked to Bill Courtney, their associate head coach, before the game. He said he pleasantly surprised by Cleveland's decision-making this year. First year over from Florida State. It's been a big lift for them. Deep in the shot clock at 3. Mintz is fouled on it by Joseph. The 5th Miami foul, and Judah Mintz will shoot 3 when we return to the Dome. An early lead, but some major early foul trouble for Miami.
She found it. The feeling of finding the psoriasis treatment she's been looking for. She found Sotyktu, a once-daily pill for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, for the chance at clear or almost clear skin. It's like the feeling of finding your back is back, or finding psoriasis can't deny the splendor of these thighs. Once daily Sotyktu was proven better, getting more people clearer skin than the leading pill. Don't take if you're allergic to Sotyktu. Serious reactions can occur. Sotyktu can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB. Serious infections, cancers including lymphoma, muscle problems, and changes in certain labs have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, liver or kidney problems, high triglycerides, or had a vaccine or plan to. Sotyktu is a TYK2 inhibitor. TYK2 is part of the JAK family. It's not known if Sotyktu has the same risks as JAK inhibitors. Find what plaque psoriasis has been hiding. There's only one Sotyktu, so ask for it by name. So clearly you, Sotyktu.
$5 duo at Burger King. Double up flavors when hunger dings. Whopper Jr. and Royal Crispy Wraps for a lunch, dinner, or late night snack. BK, have it your way.
To 50 years with my best friend.
The Quicker Picker-Upper. Bounty absorbs spills like a sponge and is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less. Bounty, the Quicker Picker-Upper.
Protect your vehicle with Smart Liner's custom-fit full-coverage floor liners. Precisely engineered for a perfect fit. Rigid sidewalls ensure our liners won't curl at the edges. The easy-to-clean, rubberized texture offers an outstanding grip for your vehicle, and high sides provide unparalleled spill protection. Backed by a lifetime warranty and expert customer service. Make the smart, affordable choice. Smart Liner.
Next season on Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
What's happening, Sheriff?
It's a transfer portal. It's out of control.
We're losing our defense! No! Not our starting quarterback! We need him! You can't leave! Our offense revolves around you! Give me your other hand! That's what Dr. Pepper is! It's okay, I understand!
You can't let go of your Dr. Pepper.
Absolutely not.
Quarterbacks are replaceable.
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
2 powerhouses brimming with talent make their move. Number 10, LSU. Number 1 and undefeated South Carolina. Thursday at 8 on ESPN.
Miami has the lead for now. Right before we're going to break, Judah Mintz fouled shooting a 3 by Bensley Joseph, who got him right on the hand in the act of shooting. And That puts Judah Mintz at a place that he's very comfortable at. Top 10 in the country in free throw makes and free throw attempts.
And just as a head coach, fouling the three-point shooter, especially a guy who's really not a three-point shooter, is going to kill you. And Joseph, he's still out there, but another one of those is obviously get him on the bench. Scouting report, Kev. Scouting report.
It's not a great three-point shooting team as a whole. Mintz has improved this year, but the Orange, third worst three-point shooting team in the ACC, 33%. Though they did shoot it well Tuesday at Pitt. They were 10 for 17. Had 7 players make a three in that game. It was the first time Syracuse had done that since 2011 against Colgate. Mintz here goes 2 for 3.
Yeah, when Syracuse can have Bell and Justin Taylor contribute on the perimeter and make shots, they're a whole different team.
So Miami without Poplar with the 2 fouls. George is off the floor with the 2 fouls. They get it inside to Nwoko. The freshman in his first career start has 6 points.
Hello, Nwoko. That's what you're here to do. Just be around the rim, drop-offs, bang it home.
He had not scored since December 6th until he had 2 points on Wednesdays. 3 for 3 in the first 9 minutes. It's up top. He somehow sees Brown through the trees.
And that last dunk by Nwoko was an athletic, powerful dunk. That wasn't just he's taking advantage of his minutes.
Christian Watson a spot up 3. Off the mark, grabbed by Mintz. Miami 0 for 5 from 3. They're 7 for 8 from 2. Brown looking for Kyle Cuff. Kansas transfer in the game for the first time. Out of bounds off Miami with 19 to shoot.
And Kev, you know what advantage Syracuse does have is they're playing, Miami's hedging hard. Now they're getting that short roll with Malik Brown, and it's making Nwoko come out from the rim a little bit further than he wants to. I think Malik Brown has that advantage right there, getting by and get to the rim.
Adrian Autry told us at practice yesterday, you can run anything through Malik Brown offensively. He's one of those special centers, and here he finds Cuff out of bounds. Cuff lost it on the way up. Chance for an assist, but out of bounds last touch by Cuff and a Syracuse turnover.
I just think Malik Brown is an NBA talent. He's a guy that can provide a lot of different things on the court, and I think at that next level, you always need a guy like that who can do a lot.
Pack and Joseph running the show with Cleveland, Watson, and Nwoko. Again, no Norchad Omier with a lower extremity injury. Joseph nearly traveled, finds Cleveland. Another rebound for Judah Mintz, his 4th. Coming off a career-high 9 on Tuesday. Williams. Syracuse is 5 for 15 in the first half of the half. Mintz pulls up and gives the Orange its first lead.
Great patience, just holding him on his hip, waiting to see the read, what's open, knocks down the open pull-up.
Brown called for Syracuse's first foul on the swipe from behind.
I'm looking at Nwoko, and this is the most he's played in a while, Kev. He's a little gassed, but he's earning his minutes today right now. He's definitely earning it.
7.9 minutes per game this season. He's already played 6. And he's a very good recruit, Nwoko. He's a 4-star recruit out of Prolific Prep, which is a terrific program. Played with Aiden Holloway, who's at Auburn, Eden Misi at Baylor, Trey Green at Xavier. And he's been thrown into the fire today. His first career start with Omier out. A lot of dribbling by Christian Watson. Copeland all over him. Pack from way outside, no. And Syracuse has been a little better than it typically is on the defensive glass as Starling emerges from the fray.
Great individual defense on that possession.
Mintz around and out. Here's Cleveland taking the ball all the way down the floor. Matthew Cleveland finishes at the rim, and he's got 6 to tie the game.
That was a tough finish. We talked about him being a 3-level scorer. There you see him getting all the way to the cup.
And then he defends Starling well as Joseph runs the other way for Miami. Cleveland off the bounce. Off a tough game against his old team, Florida State, on Wednesday. Matthew Cleveland leading all scorers with 8, leading to an Adrian Autry timeout. 30-second timeout with Miami back on top despite being shorthanded at the Dome.
Has your advisor created a portfolio based only on your age and risk tolerance? That's simply not good enough. At Creative Planning, our private wealth managers learn about you first. Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com.
How are we ever going to find a car to fit our budget?
And it fits all of us.
Carvana. I don't want to spend more than $30K.
Budget. I want something we can go camping in.
Style.
And we both need parking assist.
Here.
Oh, Carvana.
Buy your car the easy way with Carvana.
Jim Larnaga's Miami team picked second in the ACC this year. They returned a lot of good pieces from a 29-8 Final Four team a season ago. But they're without one major piece today. Norchad O'Meara started all 17 games. Leads the Canes in scoring, 17.2 a game. One of the best rebounders in college basketball, 9.6 a game. It's being dubbed a lower extremity injury that happened earlier in the week. How are they coping so far without him?
You know, I think Nwoko is doing a great job coming in and taking advantage of his opportunity. Like we said in the pregame, it comes down to containing the guards and how are they going to play defensively. Yeah, offensively it puts a lot more pressure on the guards, but I think these Miami guards are used to, carrying a lot of the load on the offensive end.
Only 12th out of 15 defensive efficiency in the ACC, but right now they're holding Syracuse to 6 for 18 shooting with 3 turnovers. Mintz trying to back down Bensley Joseph, a terrific defender. And Mintz finishes strong over him. Judah Mintz with his second made field goal.
I guess you don't typically see a 6-foot guard going into the mid-post and working on his post game, but Judah's a guy who's super crafty, he has great feet, and he knows how to get out of situations and get that open shot.
There's Pack penetrating. Kristen Watson, and a foul will go against Kyle Cuff. Be a 2-shot foul for Watson when we return. All squared away between two 12-5 teams at the Dome.
I'm bougie. I'm like $7 bougie.
The all-new $7 deal lovers menu at Pizza Hut. Choose your $7 faves 7 days a week.
Because it's only a deal if you love it.
No one outpizzas the Hut.
I'm a guy who lost a bet and my dignity. Get out of the way! As if watching my team lose wasn't punishment enough. What are you looking at, huh? What are you? It's a 1-speed. And if you have cut rate car insurance, odds are you'll be paying for that yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me. Hey, I'm walking here.
We know things don't quite add up right now. So we've lowered the price on hundreds of your favorite IKEA products. Because when the cost of living is high, we find new ways to go low. It's why we're here. That's a promise, not a promo.
My hair started to thin, and I took a pharmaceutical drug that caused severe side effects such as sexual dysfunction. Nutrafol is a drug-free, natural supplement that gave me my hair, my health, and my confidence back.
Get started at Nutrafol.com/man.
Agassi, Kraft, McEnroe, Sharapova.
Pickleball Slam 2.
Even more legendary. We are going to destroy you.
It's on.
Pickleball Slam 2, live on ESPN February 4th.
We have breaking news right now, and we wait to see exactly how this plays out.
Yo! Let's go.
In all my years, I never watched anything like this.
You say that every day.
I'm here courtside. Watch this.
You have got to watch this replay, folks.
Here's Bedard off the stretch.
Oh, God, that was unbelievable.
Are you kidding me?
Watch me do this.
Watch this. Hey, you gotta watch this. I'm watching. Oh, I'm watching.
You might be gone.
Rafael everywhere in the microphone.
Now on SportsCenter, another wild night.
Watch me do this.
Last season, Miami made its first Final Four, and this season, they are not even in the Final Four teams out of the field, according to Joe Lunardi. They're a next four out right now. The net is 62. Only one quadrant one win at the moment. They have losses in quad 3 and quad 4, including a pretty brutal home loss to Louisville a couple of weeks ago. So Miami, you figure a lot of the players returned from last year's Final Four team. Maybe they're going to be a contender again. Isaiah Wong, Jordan Miller, big losses though. They've been a little bit banged up. Pack and Poplar missing some games, and it just hasn't been the same elixir right now for Jim Larrañaga.
Well, you said it. I think guys have been injured. They haven't had the chemistry that they thought they would have, going into the season. Guys haven't been practicing like they thought they would. So it takes a while for guys to figure out their roles, get comfortable with each other, and develop that chemistry. But Kev, can you tell me a little bit more about the quadrant stuff? I'm not well versed on it. I don't really know too much about it. Quad 1, quad 2.
We're actually going to give you a pop quad quiz at halftime.
Okay, great. I need that actually.
This would probably be a quadrant one with Miami in the long run because it would be a road win against the top 75 team. You figure if Syracuse ends up in the top 75 of the net, and right now they're 76, it would be a very good one. Let's put it that way.
But if Syracuse loses, it could go down to a...
Exactly.
Okay. Well,
Syracuse beat Pitt Tuesday on the road. It was a quad 1 win, and then Wednesday morning, Pitt's net had dropped so far it was a quad 2 win. Just win, baby, basically.
Yeah, that's it. It's a lot of different factors that go into it, I guess. Yeah.
Miami throws it away for Cleveland. The first ESPN Big Monday doubleheader of the season coming in a couple of days, and we start in the ACC, where North Carolina is still rolling. Undefeated, top of the ACC. R.J. Davis in the heels against a good Wake Forest team. Then number 3 in action, Kansas hosting new Big 12 member Cincinnati. Starts at 7 Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app. Hurricanes a 2-point lead without Norchad Omier here in the Dome. Olga Poplar has barely played in the first half. Deshaun George, same thing, both with 2 fouls. So in that respect, Jim Larrañaga has to be very pleased. J.J. Starling with his second 3.
That's a great shot by J.J. And you know what they have to do on that elbow set? They have to do a better job of going in and really going hard into that down screen. Now they got the slip, and also they got their guy coming off into that 3-point shot.
Second straight game with 2 threes for Starling. Joseph in all kinds of trouble in the lane. We have a tie-up. Miami with the arrow with 8 to shoot.
So far in half court, Miami has really struggled getting downhill. I think Syracuse is doing a great job of being there on the boxes and elbows and being in help. And then individually, they're doing a good job of staying in front of their guys right now.
Jim Larrañaga has not made a substitution in 5 minutes. He has rolled with this unusual lineup, fronted by Pack, who buries it from 3. Nijel Pack surpassing the 1,500 career point mark with a deep one.
And when you have 1,500 points in your career, that means one thing. You can score the basketball. And we all know that Nijel Pack can do that.
Snaps an 0 for 6 start from 3 for Miami. Mintz misses, and here comes Cleveland, who's running a one-man fast break show of points. He sets up Watson. Christian Watson with 4 points off the bench, and Miami getting some unexpected contributions.
This is where Miami excels at. And both of these teams want to be able to play up and down and get out in transition. Less decisions to make, pass it ahead and get to the rim. Miami does a great job of getting out.
And Mintz just throws it away, an unforced error over the head of Taylor. Syracuse turns it over for the 5th time.
And just being simple with the basketball. Make the right play. You don't have to overdo it. If it's not there, kick it out, reset it, and get it going again.
Hurricanes with a 10-0 edge in fast break points. 18-8 points in the paint right now. Pack again. Off the screen from Nwoko. Couldn't convert from 3. Miami without Omier still does not have an offensive rebound. And Starling nearly had his 3rd 3.
I love the aggression. I love when he sees it and it's open, take it.
Pack sensing the mismatch with Bell. Keeps the dribble alive, gets around Chris Bell and scores it.
Great job of probing, just keeping the ball alive, not picking up his dribble, waiting until something opens up. He's another guy who can score on all 3 levels.
7-0 Miami run. It's been a stagnant start offensively for Syracuse. Bell. Copeland penetrating. Bell catch and shoot. Left it short, and here's Joseph. On the run again. Pack might have gotten away with a travel there. Here's Bensley Joseph attacking the lane. Joseph gets to the offhand, and Adrian Autry will use his second first-half timeout. 9 in a row for Miami, which is 6 for its last 7 from the field. The short-handed Hurricanes attacking the paint in Syracuse. A big game for Miami. They lead by 8.
The Home Depot, committed to filling the trades gap.
Students of any age, from anywhere. Students in a new kind of classroom. Using our technology to power different ways of learning. Harnessing AI to plant new beginnings. So when minds grow, opportunities follow.
There you go. Let's go. This is gonna be the best day of my life.
Seriously?
This is gonna be the best day.
I can't believe I'm related to you guys.
Well, you are, so.
Life's grander in the first ever Grand Highlander. Toyota, let's go places.
What you're looking at is the all-new Marco's Pizzoli. 4 cheesy, melty, fully loaded varieties baked in fresh dough to golden perfection. You can stop staring now and try the new Marco's Pizzoli. Goes with pizza, goes on its own, goes for just $5.99.
It has always been a dream for me to design an engagement jewelry collection. Together, these rings are a perfect pair, bound together forever, just like a bride and her one true love. They are the most powerful symbol of love that exists.
Red Bull gives you wings.
The new Red Bull Sea Blue Edition with the taste of Juneberry. Wings for every taste.
What? Reese's Big Cup with caramel? Or caramel? Is it caramel? 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 I don't know. Anyway, however you say it, just say it and then eat it.
I've seen your face before, my friend, but I don't know if you know who I am.
No Norchad O'Meara, and yet Miami has still dominated the paint.
Yeah, you see Miami getting out and excelling in transition. They play best when they're in space. Nijel Pack probing, waiting for the right opportunity to get to the basket. And you see Bentley just getting downhill and having a strong finish. They excel at those things, getting out in transition and getting downhill to the basket.
22 of 29 points in the paint right now for the Hurricanes. Outside the paint, not so good. 1 for 8 from 3, 11 for 14 inside it. Adrian Autry's used a couple of timeouts, and Miami on a 9-0 run. Looking for what would be a borderline quad 1, quad 2 into the Dome for a team that Bill Lenardi has in the next 4 out. Justin Taylor back on the floor for Syracuse. Starling feeds Bell, bit of a high catch, couldn't pull it down and shoot it. Deep in the shot clock again for the Orange. It's Starling, a hard screen by Brown, freed him. And then 3 Hurricanes, including Watson, go for the rebound. And here's Joseph again pushing tempo. Pack dragging in behind, and he couldn't convert. Rare miss near the rim for Miami.
Syracuse needs to play up tempo a little bit more too. Get easier shot. There it is. Semi-transition. You see Bell hitting open shot, but Miami is doing a great job of pushing Syracuse away from the rim, being there on the catch and making them play tough shots.
Second 3 for Bell. Snap set. 9-0 Hurricane run. Canes led by Cleveland with 8. Taylor fronting him right now. A foul. Malik Brown was reaching in from behind, and Malik Brown just picked up his second foul.
I don't know. I don't know, Kev.
Are you disagreeing with an official?
It's my second time today.
Well, Red Autry's going to leave Brown in with the 2 fouls. Remember, Syracuse does not have Nijel Pack. Their normal starting center is out for the year with foot surgery. And Brown has played the whole game, and Brown takes it away right here.
Syracuse goes to their typical 2-3 out of bounds.
It's nice to feel a little bit like it's still old time.
It's still there.
2-3 in the dome.
It's still there. They still got a little bit of that.
Man-to-man defense has been exceptional. But Syracuse's best defensive team in quite a few years. First year man-to-man under Adrian Autry. Pack getting around Mintz into the paint. Nijel Pack leaves it short. Rebound for Copeland. Can he run for Syracuse without numbers? Scoops it to Bell.
Great extra.
Starling. Yes!
That was a great extra pass by Chris Bell. Great job by Copeland pushing it down, creating that opportunity for the extra pass.
Back-to-back threes for the Orange, and it's Copeland leading the break. And then this pass, you love the extra feed so much by Bell.
Love the extra feed, and when J.J. Starling is hitting jump shots, his confidence is on another level.
J.J. Starling had some knee injuries last year and a pretty debilitating shoulder injury. He was at Notre Dame. He's admitted it really hurt his mechanics. It threw his shot out of whack. He started the season 1 for 18 from 3. You include the 3 today, he's 15 out of 37 since. If we do some quick math, which I know you're a fan of quick math.
I love math.
It's 41% since. He's looking like the McDonald's All-American he was out of high school.
And too, I think it was a mental thing. You know, when you have an injury and when it's messing with your form, it could get mental. And now when you start to see the shot not falling like it typically does, now it plays into other parts of your game. So I think for him, it's just getting back to what he's used to, getting in the gym, getting those extra reps up. And I know he's been in that gym with GMAC getting the extra reps up, and you could tell. He's hit 3 threes today. And again, when he's hitting jump shot, it's just opening up the rest of the floor for his downhill game and everything else that he has.
3 threes, that ties a career high. Third time Starling has done that. So off the Miami timeout, Nijel Pack will control the 2-point Hurricane lead. Again, no Wooga Poplar since the 15:39 mark with 2 fouls. Jim Larnage has been very conservative in this first half. Cleveland around and out. Miami still does not have an offensive rebound. Judah Mintz has his 5th defensive rebound.
It could be that Omer effect. You know, he's averaging 10 rebounds a game, and a few of those are definitely on the offensive side of the ball.
Under 2 to play in this first half, which has been led by a shorthanded Hurricanes team. Williams will step into the foul line. Drive it out. Only 2 offensive rebounds for Syracuse. They tie it up here with Copeland and Mintz, and the Orange has the arrow.
Kev, I love what Quadir Copeland brings. I feel like I'm out there in his body right now when he's talking. But I just love the energy that he brings to this team. You know, besides on the court and his skills, his energy goes to everybody else, and they can feel that. And that's the most important thing that he brings for me.
Adrian Autry said he's just as talented as anyone in this program. And he is found a little more consistency the last couple of months, Quadir Copeland. Williams left them all alone, and Benny short arms the three.
Well, he's a capable shooter. If he's going to let him shoot it, shoot the ball.
Joseph with an airmail at the other end.
That looked uncomfortable. That elbow popped out, Kev. When that elbow pops out, it's not going to be a good shot.
Imagine you know as a shooter when your elbow pops out instantly, this is not going to be what I intended.
I'm trying to keep that elbow lined up right there. Straight through.
Bell off a screen by Williams. A drive by Chris Bell. Stood up by Nwoko. Williams battling hard. Got it back, and he'll get to the rim. Extra effort from Benny Williams off the bench.
I thought initially Nwoko did a great job of just being straight up, but Benny Williams bringing that energy and effort. That's what Syracuse expects from him. And I like what Chris Bell did. Instead of settling for the pull-up, getting all the way downhill to the rim. He's 6'7" and athletic. You can get to the and make a play at the rim.
Benny Williams 10 for 19 at the free throw line this season. He'll shoot two. Featured ESPN women's basketball matchup tomorrow afternoon. Angel Reese, the defending national champions. The LSU Tigers hosting Arkansas, 5 Eastern. 4 local on ESPN and streaming on the ESPN app. One short, one long there. 2 missed free throws for Williams.
Free throws matter. They do matter, especially in a game like this.
Well, Miami scoreless for over 3.5 minutes, nursing a 2-point lead. Into Nwoko again. Williams ties him up, and Cleveland comes out of nowhere to snatch an accidentally perfect pass. Matthew Cleveland with 10 after a 2-point game on Wednesday against Florida State. He leads all scorers, and Miami leads in the final half minute of the first. Mintz in the lane. Williams for 3. Yes, indeed.
Well, we just talked about he's a capable shooter. He missed one. If you have another opportunity, let it go.
Pack can hold for the last shot. Williams on him. Williams commits a foul. Syracuse has quite a few to give. Not a bad foul with 2.6 to go.
Kev, we talked about the similar styles of play. You can even see on the defensive side of the ball, Syracuse and Miami hedging high, so they're really susceptible of leaving guys away from the rim. They got to be able to see that rotation on that backside, both teams.
Copeland right from Pack. Copeland did not get it off in time. Wave off the basket. It does not count, and Miami picked up his second foul at the 14:01 mark. He didn't return. Judah Poplar's second foul was at the 15:39 mark. He didn't return. They're both back on the floor for Miami, along with Cleveland, Nwoko, and Pack. And look at this. Judah Poplar, who sat for the final 15:39, picks up his third foul after 11 seconds.
Well, Kev, that was just silly right there. I mean, there was nothing there, and then you see him put his shoulder right down into his chest. That was, have some awareness of you already having 2 fouls.
Jim Larinaga will let him ride it out for a little bit. Syracuse with Mintz, Taylor, Starling, Bell, and Brown. The Oranges starting 5. Nijel Pack out for the season due to foot surgery. Malik Brown, the permanent starter. Here's Bell for 3. That's not close. Chris Bell just 2 for 7 from deep today.
You see Miami switching up their pick and roll coverage instead of hedging. You see Nwoko, he's starting to stay down a little bit, protecting the basket now.
Pack floats it in and out. The first offensive rebound of the game for Miami comes from Michael Nwoko, who is 1 away from a season high in minutes, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Kev, this dude is a monster. Under the glass. I mean, his body type, right? He is a big boy, and you know what? We talked about it earlier. He's taking advantage of his opportunity, and he seems like he's having fun with it as well.
The season high points was 9 against the vaunted NJIT Highlanders. He's got 6 already, and he is making his first start because of that man on the left side of the bench, North Chadomir, a lower extremity issue suffered earlier this week. 17-point per game scorer 10 rebound per game monster on the boards. Nwoko has seized the opportunity. He goes 1 for 2, and Miami has the first point of the half.
And Nwoko's done a great job, but there's no replacing Omer. What he brings, just his experience to the team. He's been around the program for 4 years. You know, he's a guy that's really irreplaceable.
Here's Taylor. Thought about the three. He'll set up Mintz instead. That is off the iron to the right. Syracuse now 6 for 19 from deep. Cleveland. It's so good in transition today. Take it back for Wigga Poplar. A step back three. And another offensive rebound for Nwoko. Poplar again. Steps inside Taylor. Gets to Cleveland. In the paint. Cleveland swishes, and he's got a dozen.
And I thought Wigga had the first three-point attempt. Instead, he didn't shoot it, but it was a great job getting to the lane and finding the open guy. Good job by Cleveland finding open space.
Dozen points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists for Matthew Cleveland. Judah Mintz, 6 points in the first half for him. J.J. Starling led with 9. Starling gets the bigger George, will feed Taylor, 3 to shoot it. Taylor's got George all over him. Taylor gets it on the rim, and Poplar soars in for the defensive rebound.
Kev, you said in the first half how Syracuse was stagnant offensively. That was another possession where they're just playing all out on the perimeter. It's hard to play basketball like that. You're always going to end up with a shot like they just got.
Adrian Autry at practice yesterday had a moment as Starling sets up and misses a three. Taylor grabs it. He just blew the whistle. He crouched, he stayed silent for 10 seconds, and he said, "Everybody please just pass the ball." And right now they haven't passed it terribly well. They miss a couple of open threes. That's from Taylor. 0 for 5 from 3 to start in the second half. Pack penetrated. And he left it short, tries to get it back. Taylor's on the deck, Pack as well. This tie-up will go the way of the Orange.
You know what? I think a lot of times, too, and especially for both of these teams, Syracuse and Miami, they have a lot of individual talent, so you can get caught up sometimes in trying to do too much one-on-one instead of being able to get in, move the ball around, and get the best shot.
Syracuse fans are still on their feet. The tradition here at the Dome is you stand and clap until the first made field goal of the half. That will come from Taylor.
Right on time. I'm not standing, Kev, the whole time. I'm sitting down a couple times. Seriously, I'm sitting down, man.
Take a break. Make your own rules. Poplar, only 2 points in the game, gets his deflected pass back. Brown will hedge back. That's a good recovery by Malik Brown. Tied for second in the ACC in steals.
He's just forcing it right now, Wigga. He's forcing it a little bit too much.
Taylor maybe got hit on a follow-through there, but no foul. Cleveland was all alone under the basket for a moment. Poplar didn't see him. Poplar will take it himself, and Brown just parries it out of bounds on the way up.
Yeah, again, I think it's, Poplar, he's trying to do too much right now. He's trying to make up for the time that he hasn't been playing, and rightfully so, he's trying to make plays, but you just have to be able to read and make better decisions.
I think Jim Larinaga thinks the same thing you're thinking. Poplar will take a seat. It's the first sub since the 11:40 mark of the first half, not including the re-entry of the players that were subbed out at halftime.
It's actually a great throw-in right there.
About an 88-foot pass from under the basket. George from Joseph. Spot-up three is good for Keyshawn George, who may have gotten hit there as well. No foul, but he gets all three from Miami.
And look who he's guarding now. He's 6'8", guarding the 6-foot point guard Judah Mintz, one of the best scorers in the ACC. That just shows his versatility, and we've been waiting on George since the beginning that we talked about him. He's a very capable player.
No deflection there. That's a Bell turnover. Keyshawn George with his first bucket. Miami keeping the Orange at arm's length.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than this.
I'll take Barkley.
Yes, I still got it. I told her she'd pick me first.
Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, Is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
I'm bougie. I'm like $7 bougie.
The all-new $7 deal lovers menu at Pizza Hut. Choose your $7 faves 7 days a week.
Because it's only a deal if you love it.
No one out-pizzas the Hut.
We're done.
What about these?
Looks right.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty absorbs spills like a sponge and is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
She is all things water. She is serenity. She is pure, enigmatic beauty. Mare Azzurro. From Levian, only at Jared.
Sargento, we got this cheese. Natural cheese.
We got this fruit.
These nuts, what's not to love?
We put it all in a snack.
Sargento.
Balanced.
Cheese fruit, cheese nuts.
Sargento. We're real cheese people.
What? Reese's Big Cup with caramel? Or caramel? Is it caramel? 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 I don't know. Anyway, however you say it, just say it and then eat it.
At Domino's, we believe nothing should get in the way of hot pizza. That's why we're plowing unplowed roads across the country. Thanks! You're welcome, Judy. Nominate your town at plowingforpizza.com so you can carry out 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas for $6.99 each from Domino's.
With the push of a button, Constant Contact's AI tools help you know what to say, even when you don't. Constant Contact, helping the small stand tall.
PGA Tour live on ESPN+. Everybody out on the golf course. From the Pacific to the playoffs and every hole in between.
Phenomenal stuff. It's pretty cool.
Every tournament starts on ESPN+. Stream your own way with 4 unique feeds. All the energy.
These guys are having fun.
All the personalities.
Think Scotty's into it?
All the unexpected. All season. PGA Tour live on ESPN+.
5-point lead for Miami here in Syracuse. We had a special moment at halftime here at the Dome. Eric Devendorf playing the role of Corey Alexander today and doing so quite admirably, I might add. Something for you at halftime that's very important. You really made your mark in this community after you were playing here. You were a strength coach here, the ED23 Foundation. That's you with Fran Brown and a couple other folks getting a $10,000 check.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Syracuse community has been, a part of me since 2005, and they mean so much to me. And the ED23 Foundation, there was 3 things that really came to mind: provide resources, inspire change, and connect like-minded people. And that's what we're trying to do in the community, and we couldn't do it without the help of everybody in it. So I'm very blessed and grateful for the check that Athletes Who Care provided the foundation.
You've had a lot of different roles on our family event watches. Pack misses. Matthew Cleveland has the offensive rebound. Player for Syracuse, analyst, philanthropist, and of course, how can we forget Boeheim's Army champion under the rule of Ryan Blackwell and Kevin Belby a couple of years ago at TBT.
Shout out my guy Kev Belby and Ryan Blackwell. I guess I'm trying to be like the Quadir Copeland, I guess. The Swiss Army knife. I'm trying to provide a little bit of everything, man. But again, it's just, I'm so grateful to be a part of the Syracuse community. And they've stuck with me through the ups and downs, and I'm super blessed to be here and do what I'm doing.
Syracuse right now down by 5. Miami's had the lead most of the game, and Matthew Cleveland, a big reason why, misses a jumper. Orange shooting at 1 for 7 in the second half, 0 for 6 from 3. A quiet game offensively for Mintz.
Again, Syracuse just needs some more movement, even off the ball. Just going to down screen or just being able to exchange on those wings. There's no movement.
It's a good look for Bell. It's a 7th straight missed 3, though, to start the half. Cleveland just straight up lost it. Miami's had some turnover trouble. That's the 11th for the Canes.
I don't know if Cleveland is typically bringing the ball up as the point guard like that, but Judah saw that, took advantage of it, put some pressure on him, see what his handle's like.
Now, losing Isaiah Wong, the ACC Player of the Year, really has hurt Miami's ball handling issues. They're the 2nd worst turnover team, total turnovers per game in ACC play. Copeland trying to drive it into George. Copeland hanging in the air for a long time, rebounded by Brown. Bell will step in off the fake, and Bell's shot is spiked by Nwoko.
Nwoko, are you making your presence felt? Yes, you are. You definitely are making your presence felt. But how about George as well? I mean, just his versatility as a freshman, 6'8", being able, you saw him guarding Mintz, and now taking on Bell, staying in front, making a hard shot, letting Nwoko come over and, get the block.
Keeping the shot clock again. Starling will pull up from the elbow, and J.J. Starling has had the jumper going.
I think he's a guy right now for Syracuse that has to look to be more aggressive. He has to look for a shot. He has to look to get to his spots and pull up. And then if he has an opportunity, he has to take it.
Lead down to 3. Cleveland gets around Bell and slithers in with the left.
Tough inside hand finish. Tough right there, Matthew Cleveland.
He's got 14 to lead all scorers. Mintz, Starling again using the shot fake to his advantage.
Get him the basketball right now. You got to ride that hot hand. He's feeling good. He's hit a couple jump shots. Now you can mix it up and make better decisions as far as what you need to do. Get downhill, or do you have that open shot?
Miami with Poplar back on the floor, replacing George. Look at Poplar with just 2 points, 1 for 5 in the game. Pack throws it for Nwoko, who scoops it right to Bell. Another Miami turnover. The Hurricanes 12. Mintz. Somehow it got to Brown. Copeland. No. And then Brown gets out to deflect it. Starling. Yes, sir!
Wow. Give that one right there to Malik Brown. Just that hustle and that effort. Those are the type of plays that you need if you want to win these type of games. Malik Brown. Hello. And now you see the defense intensity pick up. The crowd's getting into it a little bit more.
A lot of dribbling by Pack. He's tied up with Brown. They hit the deck hard, smashing into Jim Boeheim court, and it's Miami ball on the jump with 7 to shoot.
I'm ready to go in. Sub me in. I know I'm a sub right here, but I could go and sub it right now and play. I'll tell you what, that energy that Malik Brown is bringing is at a different level right now, and you see the dome is getting into it.
I mean, if he doesn't get to that ball, Miami might have a 5-on-2 break.
I tell you what, effort is a skill. A lot of players don't realize that, but a lot of guys aren't playing as hard as they can. When you play as hard as you can, you're giving yourself and your team an advantage.
Miami throws it down the floor with only a few seconds to shoot. Pack the pull-up, he missed the rim, and Copeland's got the rebound. Syracuse's last lead was 16-14, and Mintz has a chance to take it back.
Look for him.
Starling, stripped and out of bounds. It will go to Miami off the knee of Starling. One more look at this play and the effort by Malik Brown to keep this possession alive, leading to 3 from J.J. Starling.
TaxAct doesn't sponsor any cool pro athletes. TaxAct is too focused on improving your tax filing experience. Also, none of them said yes. TaxAct, let's get them over with.
The Home Depot, committed to filling the trades gap.
You can't buy great conversations or moments that matter, but you can invest in them. At T. Rowe Price, our strategic investing approach can help you build the future you imagine. T. Rowe Price, invest with confidence.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, chameleon. Come and go, you come and go. Loving will be easy because I like my dream.
think you have what it takes to make like it never even happened happen? Then you belong at the #1 brand in property restoration. Woo! Visit servpro.com/careers and apply today.
She found it. The feeling of finding the psoriasis treatment she's been looking for. She found Sotyktu, a once-daily pill for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. For the chance at clear or almost clear skin. It's like the feeling of finding that outfit psoriasis tried to hide from you. Or finding your swimsuit is ready for prime time. Dad, once daily Sotyktu was proven better, getting more people clearer skin than the leading pill. Don't take if you're allergic to Sotyktu. Serious reactions can occur. Sotyktu can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB. Serious infections, cancers including lymphoma, muscle problems, and changes in certain labs have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, liver or kidney problems, high triglycerides, or had a vaccine or plan to. Sotyktu is a TYK2 inhibitor. TYK2 is part of the JAK family. It's not known if Sotyktu has the same risks as JAK inhibitors. Find what plaque psoriasis has been hiding. There's only one Sotyktu, so ask for it by name. So clearly you, Sotyktu.
Your shipping manager left to find themselves, leaving you lost. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Indeed Instant Match instantly delivers quality candidates matching your job description. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
J.J. Starling, maybe his best game in an orange uniform on Tuesday. He's looking to one-up that tonight.
Yeah, well, he's 4 for 7 from the three-point line, which has opened his mid-range game and also his downhill game to the basket. And he's just playing aggressive. He's looking for a shot, and Syracuse needs him to be aggressive if they want to be good.
16.6 made field goals. A lot of those assisted by Judah Mintz, who has 8 assists, tying a season high. The 4 3-pointers, a career high for Starling, who was at Notre Dame for a year. Local product from Baldwinsville, transferred back home after Mike Bray ended his Notre Dame career. Knew Adrian Autry from age 7, so he felt like a family member, and it was a no-brainer to return to Syracuse. 39-39 with 11.5 to go. Miami, a bubble team, looking for a big win at the Dome, and there's a big shot by Bensley Joseph, who hits his first 3.
Miami has those type of guys. It plays broken down, give them the ball, go ahead, go to work. See Joseph right there taking advantage.
Starling off the cut. What a catch by Brown.
He's showing us a little bit of everything today, Kev.
No Naheem McLeod. Malik Brown has played nearly every minute. 6'8" sophomore from Virginia. Benny Williams guarding Cleveland. Brown's got the rebound. His 5th to go is 6 points, 2 steals, and a block.
And the same thing we were talking about with Syracuse being stagnant. Miami's getting in that stagnant mode and just settling for shots instead of moving the ball and getting those good looks that they got early on.
Williams, he found Copeland after the hesitation. Quadir Copeland will shoot 2. Keyshawn George's 3rd foul.
And I'll tell you this, some fans don't like the emotional and the talking about. I love it. I'm a guy who loves guys getting emotional out there. Obviously, you got to control it, but it means you're passionate about what you're doing. You're passionate about the game. And if you ask me, you have to be passionate about something if you want to be really good at it. And I see Copeland out there. He brings that. I just love it. I can't say enough about this kid.
He's got the whitest smile on the roster, Quadir Copeland, for sure. 6'6", sophomore from Philadelphia, optimistic, joyful. You go to Syracuse practice, you see Adrian Autry get on players, and Quadir Copeland will be just smiling behind his back, or in front of his back the whole time, too.
He just loves to play, loves to play. I tell you what Miami needs to do, they need to get Pat back on track. He needs to look to be aggressive, and just because he's 3 for 12, he can't settle. You got to be able to get to that bucket or take that opportunity that you get.
Pack with Cleveland, Poplar, George, and Casey. Here's Keyshawn George. Pack with 10 to shoot.
Some good movement, better movement.
Poplar bodied up really well by Judah Mintz. Has to throw it back to Nijel Pack. It's his game at the end of the shot clock, and he buries it from deep.
Pack, you must have heard me. He heard me talking over here, Kev. He heard me.
His second 3 of the game. And now Copeland drives right by him, and Brown knocks it in the rim. Syracuse starting to own the offensive glass. Their 10th offensive rebound, and it's Pack again. Back-to-back possessions. He's up to a dozen.
Yeah, he knows it's time. He's, under 10. It's his time to go ahead and start being a little bit more aggressive. I think he's fell back a little bit early on. Now he sees that he has to take over.
14-point-per-game scorer, Nijel Pack. He hit the 1,500 career point mark today. Starling a catch and shoot. Brown got in there late, and Mintz is blocked but fouled by a disbelieving Cleveland. His first.
Kev, we need a stat for Malik Brown. How many plays is he keeping alive? How many deflections is he getting?
I'd say he has 4 offensive rebounds, but as for deflections, and somebody's got to be charting that on the Syracuse bench.
Absolutely. It's not us, but they are over there. If they want to come over and tell us, they can, but
we'd appreciate it.
He's keeping plays alive.
So free throws for Mintz, who's 2 for 3 at the line today. First tonight from Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, UFC 297, the middleweight title fight between champion Sean Strickland and rising star Dricus du Plessis. Main card begins at 10 Eastern on pay-per-view. The prelims at 8 Eastern, ESPN and ESPN Deportes. ESPN Plus coverage starts at 6 Eastern. To order the main card in English and Spanish at ESPNplus.com/PPV. 2 free throws for Mintz. It's a 1-point game. Miami's largest lead was 8. Syracuse's largest was 2. Pack gets free again. He's hit 3 in a row.
8 straight points for Pack. He heard us talking over here. He knew it was his time. Take advantage of it.
42% three-point shooter, Nijel Pack. Copeland inside George, and another Miami foul. That's on Keyshawn George. It's his 4th, and it is on Keyshawn George.
See him just getting downhill, playing off of 2 feet. I think young kids, I say this all the time, once you get in that paint area, if you're able to play off of 2 feet, even if that first opportunity isn't there, you keeping the play alive, you can kick it out, or you can pivot off and get into a right, left-hand shot, whatever it may be. But playing off 2 feet like Copeland did there, it just gave himself a better opportunity.
So George is going to take a seat with 8:48 to go. Bensley Joseph returns. George with 3 points, 4 fouls. Poplar with 2 points, 3 fouls. O'Meara injured and unavailable. Miami hanging on for dear life with 8:48 to go. Joseph. Been letting Nijel Pack cook of late. He hasn't touched the ball on this possession. It's Poplar, and it's going to be a blocking foul this time on Malik Brown. Very close to what would have been Poplar's 4th. Instead, it is Malik Brown's 3rd.
I don't know. Well, I mean, the extension of the arm right there is enough to, call the offensive foul. But again, I just think Poplar, he's forcing it, man. We know he's a talented guy, but you got to just let that come to you. No spacing on that drive at all.
Track for his worst offensive game of the year. Can he get it going here? Yes, he can.
He's that type of guy. He's that type of guy. He just needs one of those to go down, and now he's back on track.
Miami's hit 4 straight shots, and the Canes lead it by 5. In the lane, Mintz. Left it short. Contact, no foul. Here comes Cleveland. Joseph to his left. Oh, goodness! Cleveland rocks the rim.
A great decision to keep it. I thought he was going to give it up to Joseph right there on the bounce.
A Syracuse timeout. Miami's hit 5 straight shots. Matthew Cleveland bursting the Hurricanes to a 7-point lead.
That was impressive, dude.
Food has definitely been a very dominant voice in my head. That's not the main focus anymore. Dieting, exercising, and adding GLP-1s through Row is a game changer. I have such a sense of mental freedom since I started with Row. Food no longer controls my thoughts. Family time used to revolve around food, and now it revolves around what we're gonna go do together.
Meet the weekly shop that helps you lose weight. Connect with a provider at Ro.co.
There wouldn't be an hour in the day that I wouldn't think about my hair thinning.
I hid under my hat for a good 3 years.
I experienced many challenges with prescribed medication.
Losing your sex drive feels very shameful.
My dermatologist recommended Nutrafol.
It's 100% drug-free and clinically tested.
Within 3 months, there was new growth.
My hair was stronger, and I don't have to choose between my health or my hair.
Try the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com.
Protect your vehicle with SmartLiner's custom-fit, full-coverage floor liners. Precisely engineered for a perfect fit, rigid sidewalls ensure our liners won't curl at the edges. Backed by a lifetime warranty and expert customer service. SmartLiner.
How long have you been tracking the value of our car? Should we sell it?
We hold.
Our low mileage is paying off. You think we should?
Hold. Now!
I'm on it.
Already sold to Carvana.
Go to Carvana and track your car's value today. Constant Contact's advanced automation lets you send the right message at the right time, every time. Constant Contact, helping the small stand tall.
Bleeding gums are serious, Jamie.
Dr. Garcia?
Whoa! You're a sign of bacterial infection.
Crest Gum Detoxify's antibacterial fluoride works below the gum line to help heal gums and stop bleeding.
Crest saves the day.
Crest.
I will never again lose to my brother, decided Issa, because I've switched to Consumer Cellular, and now I get the same coverage he's got for half the cost.
I'm the one who wins.
Birds, when freedom calls, we're here to answer.
It is real. Okay, take a picture.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I lost 50 pounds and gained $1,900.
Get paid to get healthy at healthywager.com.
The undisputed middleweight championship is at stake. Sean Strickland. I ain't slowing down, I ain't stopping. Drake is duplexing. He smashes people. There's heat here. These guys do not like each other. Woo. Here we go, folks.
Back at it.
You said Nijel Pack needed to start to get going in the second half. Nijel Pack has gotten going.
Yeah, well, it was only a matter of time. We talked about a guy who scored 1,500 points in his college career. He just needs to see one go down, and now he saw 3 in a row. Now the floodgates have opened for him.
19 points in back-to-back games coming in. He's got 15 today at Miami, which had a dreadful shooting half. In the first half, 5 for 7 from deep. They've opened up a 7-point lead.
Well, Miami's one of the most efficient offensive teams in the country. Even when they're missing shots, you know what they're capable of, and it's only a matter of time. 1 for 9, and now you see in the second half 5 for 7.
They're shooting 50%. Syracuse shooting 33%. A little bit of a free throw edge and a turnover edge have kept Syracuse somewhat in the game. Mintz might get hit in the face there. He gets around Joseph and attacks the rim, which we haven't seen him do too much today.
And I think it's time for Judah to go ahead and start being more aggressive offensively and looking for his. He has 8 assists. He's done a great job of getting guys involved. But now it's time for him to go ahead and look to score.
In the double figures with 10. With 7 rebounds, 2. Maybe some triple-double watch. Here's Pack. That heat check is short, and there's rebound number 8 for Judah Mintz. Starling into Copeland over the top of Pack. Nwoko's there to help out. And there's a foul called by Jamie Lucky. That will send us to break. A 5-point lead for Miami. Quadir, Copeland, and Syracuse trying to come back and stay unbeaten at home.
After 51 years, Popeyes is crashing the wings party with 5 flavors.
Makes no sense it took so long. Crispy outside, juicy inside.
Who are you?
Shh. We don't make sense. We make chicken. Y'all good? Have that chicken from Popeyes.
My hair started thinning in my early 20s. I'm genetically predisposed, so we created Nutrafol. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement. It's never too late to improve your hair health. Get started at Nutrafol.com/man.
Protect your vehicle with SmartLiner's custom-fit, full-coverage floor liners. Precisely engineered for a perfect fit, rigid sidewalls ensure our liners won't curl at the edges. Backed by a lifetime warranty and expert customer service. SmartLiner.
Always been active my whole life. Mental toughness was no match for, a maple bacon donut. Donuts were my kryptonite. GLP-1s through row have stopped my cravings completely. Being able to dive, being able to play with the kids and not feel winded is amazing. GLP-1s are like a military mindset and a shot.
Meet the weekly shot that helps you lose weight. Connect with a provider at Ro.co.
When you're great, your game does the talking. In the ACC, ours speaks volumes. 3 of the last 8 NCAA championships. 99 NCAA tournament wins since 2015. 8 NCAA titles in the last 22 years. 6 of the top 30 winningest programs in Division I, most of any conference. It's not bragging if it's true. Greatness is what we do. The ACC accomplished greatness.
The warp rift is expanding. All worlds within the Calaxian Veil will be consumed.
This difficulty demands a specialist, an ease specialist.
Yeah, that's me. Geico makes it easy to get coverage for what you care about. Cars, apartments, jewelry. Jewelry?
And what about the warp rift?
I've got you. There you go.
Dust in the cartridge.
Goonie.
From cars to renters to jewelry, it's easy to Geico.
The 3 for Me only at Chili's serves up more deliciousness for just $10.99 than you'll find anywhere else. I mean, have y'all seen those fast food prices lately? It's like even they want you to come to Chili's. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
I'm here courtside. Watch this.
You have got to watch this replay, folks.
Watch this, watch this.
Watch me. Do this.
That's self-sufficient, heart of the empire, yes.
We got the whole squad with us.
Makes the SEC so fun. Yes, we only growing stronger, reaching higher, yes, queens. We self-empowered, focused.
That was spectacular.
This is College Game Day. Let's go.
7 minutes, 1 second to go in this game, and the odds are good that Matthew Cleveland will play the final 7 minutes and 1 second. He has played the first 32 minutes and 59 seconds of this game. Has not had a sub in a day where Miami does not have Norchad Omier, where they've had foul trouble for Wigga Poplar and Keyshawn George. Matthew Cleveland on Wednesday, playing his old team Florida State. 2 points, 2 turnovers, shot 1 for 8. Talking to Bill Courtney before the game, and he said, look, remember, Matthew Cleveland's really close with a lot of those guys still, his former teammates. They figured it was just a one-game blip for him. Turns out they were right.
Yeah, I know he was chomping at the bit to get to that next game and just erase that from his memory. And, so far he's having an efficient game. Besides the 4 turnovers, he's the guy that has continuously put pressure on the Syracuse defense.
Peter Copeland 5 for 6 at the line. Syracuse back within 3 despite a poor shooting day. Bensley Joseph for Miami. Sets up Cleveland. In and out. Rebound Malik Brown. Where do you look here for Syracuse?
Well, you got to look to get downhill and get to the basket if you can. I mean, you want to look for the open opportunity. We're right there.
Mintz gets downhill. He missed the layup, though. 11th rebound for Cleveland. Miami has an advantage. And Copeland, not a bad foul, really, to slow down that Miami break. It's only his first and the team's third.
And I like the play by Syracuse. Get it to the elbow, come off that little rub screen, he hands it to him, then he has an opportunity. You just got to finish. Now, when you don't finish those opportunities, a lot of times they can get out and transition and play fast, and that's when you have silly fouls or opportunities that Miami would get.
Pack finds that extra gear, and that's a goaltend. Taken off the backboard by Brown.
Yeah, definitely a goaltend. Looks good though, Kev.
It looks good.
Looks good on TV.
Nijel Pack's 4 of his last 5. He's got a game high 17 now. Miami has led for nearly the whole game. Syracuse just a 90-second lead. Benny Williams from Starling. That's way short. Here's Poplar. Only 5 points in the game. Poplar, Cleveland, corner pocket. Awoke Nwoko tips it, and it's into the hands of Judah Mintz.
I'll tell you what, I love these Miami guards, though. Nothing phases them, and they're going to be aggressive regardless if they're 0 for 10 or 10 for 10. They're going to play the same way.
Copeland spinning into traffic. Copeland draws a foul. It's on Poplar. And it's going to be a 2-shot foul. So Wooga Poplar has 4 fouls, and Copeland will go back to the line.
Now, I don't know if Poplar and Copeland have a little bit of history. I don't know if they're both from Philly, but I could tell by the back and forth that I think that might be it. Playing against each other growing up or whatever it is, but they definitely have some ties.
Yeah, they are Philly guys, and Wooga's still laughing at Premier Copeland. 5 for 7 shooting, and now 6 for 8 at the line.
Tell you what, the game of basketball brings together all type of brotherhoods, man, and they stay forever. So it's unbelievable to be able to have those.
Pack again, got free. Rebound to Brown. That's his 9th to go with 8 points.
Just another day at the office for Malik Brown.
Bell, that's a big one. And it's a 1-point game.
When Syracuse is hitting perimeter shots, they are a different basketball team. Now you see the energy pick up on the other side of the ball.
Poplar, it's a screen. Brown's out there to hedge. Poplar's off the side of the rim. Nwoko keeps it alive. Offensive rebound, and it's Pack with the finish plus the foul.
What a tough player. I mean, probably wasn't the best shot by William. It wasn't a good shot at all, but Pack getting in there 6 foot. Look at him getting in there at 6 feet. Not afraid of the contact, finishing over Brown. That's tough. And, you know, as much as he struggled, you know, for the most part of the game, he's come back and showed us what type of player he is.
It's a really significant foul, too, the 4th on Malik Brown. And much as Brown kept that offensive rebound alive for the Starling 3 earlier in the half, Michael Nwoko, a freshman who's been so good, keeps this play alive for Miami. Pack is a great free throw shooter, can't finish the 3-point play. Scored exactly 19 points in the last 2 games. He's at 19 today. Starling for Mintz. And they are tied.
What an exciting game. On both teams, Miami, Syracuse, these guards are getting downhill and making plays. It's going to come down. Who can get a stop, Kev? Who can get a stop?
The 10th assist for Judah Mintz as well.
Good no call. Good no call.
Joseph. Miami back in front.
I tell you what, man, this is good basketball right here. I love to see a high level going at each other.
Took a little while to get the rhythm and flow going, but we found it. Bell.
Talk to me.
Chris Bell with his 4th 3. 62-62.
You're up, Nijel Pack. Your turn.
It's Cleveland. Rising too deep over Bell. Rebound J.J. Starling.
Yeah, get a good one right here, Syracuse. You don't need nothing crazy.
Mintz has been the distributor today. 11 assists. He drags the feed. Gets it up off the backboard. Brown takes it out of the sky. And Syracuse has its first lead since Friday.
Mr. Dependable.
What a scene we have in the Dome. The Orange back on top in the closing stretch.
The magic never leaves you when you stay with the Disney Resorts Collection, following you along everywhere you go, making every moment special, even more surprising than your last, and bringing you extra time in any of the 4 theme parks every day. Plus, stay longer and save more with up to 35% on rooms at select Disney Resort hotels. Why would you stay anywhere else?
Red Bull gives you wings.
It has always been a dream for me to design an engagement jewelry collection. Together, these rings are a perfect pair, bound together forever, just like a bride and her one true love. They are the most powerful symbol of love that exists.
What? Reese's Big Cup with caramel? Or caramel? Is it caramel? 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 I don't know. Anyway, however you say it, just say it and then eat it.
Only Daisy Cottage cheese will do. Only Daisy Cottage cheese will do. Satisfying and fresh, so creamy and delish. Only Daisy Cottage cheese will do. Only Daisy Cottage cheese will do. So tasty, so pure. Can I have a little more? Only Daisy Cottage cheese.
This past year, we've all let ourselves go a little. But now it's time for everyone to step up their game. With Wolf and Shepherd. Wolf and Shepherds look great with full grain Italian leather and classic styling. But they're my go-to shoes because of how they feel. Cushy, light, and super comfortable. Okay guys, let's get to work.
Transfer your IRA or your old 401k to Robinhood by April 30th, and we'll give you a 3% boost. With the biggest match of any IRA on the market, Robinhood Gold gets you the most for retirement.
The basketball is hot here at the JMA Wireless Dome. Shot making on both sides. J.J. Starling first for Syracuse, and Bensley Joseph with a Miami answer.
Penetrate, kick, come back down, penetrate, reverse, kick, and then Chris.
For all of a couple of minutes, to be specific, it's just over a minute and a half. But Syracuse has the lead 64-62 with 3:10 to go. Keyshawn George back on the floor for Miami with Nwoko, Cleveland, Poplar, and the man of the hour, Nijel Pack. It'll be the freshman George back in the game who takes it into tie.
Bell has to get off his hip and get back in front. Malik did his job of being able to get there and then get back to Nwoko, but Chris Bell has to get back in front of that.
Copeland with Mintz, Starling, Brown, and Bell for Syracuse. Both teams 12-5, both 3-3 in the ACC. Mintz got caught in the air. He finds his man underneath. It's Copeland for his first field goal.
Kev, I don't know how many guys can just hang in there for a little bit and then still be able to make the right decision. Great play by Judah Mintz. He's been having a great all-around game today.
New career-high 12 assists on triple-double watch here at the Dome. George again into the body of Bell. Keyshawn George, the freshman, on the right side of the lane for a second straight possession.
We talked about it before the game. Kev, this guy's an NBA player. He has NBA potential. 6'8", can shoot the ball, put it on the deck. This kid is going to be special.
Making just his 5th start of the year today. A big impact down the stretch. Brown on the slip. Starling for 3. He did it again!
But I don't know if you know how hard of a pass that was for Malik Brown to make, to be able to get it and then know where he is right away in the corner. Chemistry at its finest, Syracuse.
Their first 3-point lead of the game. And a foul out high against Chris Bell.
Let him play. Kev, we're minute 32. It's the gritty. We really getting into it right now.
Only the 5th foul. Kyle Cuff, who has barely played this game, is going to check in for Bell right now with a minute 32 to go. And a little push on the body right there from Bell, maybe.
Let's see what Miami goes. They got Cuff on George right now. See if they can see it.
Cleveland is in the area of George. He will get it to him.
You got to get out of his way, young fella.
Nwoko's going to set the screen. George rises.
Whoa!
Keyshawn George, young man. Onondaga Lake. He's got the last 7. He has tied the game with his last 3 makes.
We know who you are, George. We see you out there, young fella.
Under a minute to play, 69-69. Mintz.
Wow.
Mintz. He missed it.
Great footwork.
Miami has 2 timeouts. Jim Larranaga will not use one here.
Look at the size difference right here. He's out too far in the rim. You got to get him in that mid-post.
George again. Joseph, guarded by Starling. Joseph, little push-off. Left it short. Rebound Brown. Shot clock is off. And Syracuse has a timeout. J.J. Starling will use it with 18.6 to go. We're back in 30 seconds. Our suggestion, don't go anywhere in those next 30 seconds. With 18.6, Joseph, little push off. Left
George, we see you out there, young fella.
Under a minute to play, 69-69. Mintz.
Wow.
Mintz. He missed it.
Great footwork.
Miami has 2 timeouts. Jim Larranaga will not use one here.
Look at the size difference right here. He's out too far in the rim. You got to get him in that mid-post.
George again. Joseph, guarded by Starling. Joseph, little push-off. Left it short. Rebound Brown. Shot clock is off. And Syracuse has a timeout. J.J. Starling will use it with 18.6 to go. We're back in 30 seconds. Our suggestion, don't go anywhere in those next 30 seconds. Syracuse ball without a timeout with a shot clock off after some heroic shot making late in the game for both teams.
I just want to say Malik Brown to have the awareness to when he gets the ball to automatically turn and know and see where his teammate is. And then George on the other end, young fella, you have shown college basketball what you are about. Getting to the basket and then knocking down the deep 3.
So Miami with 2 timeouts. Syracuse has the arrow with 18.6 to go. Orange has not lost at home this season. Their best start in the Dome in 6 years. Their last 9-0 start in the Dome was 10 years ago, that 2013-14 season. Miami, meanwhile, 19-2 after a loss the last 3 years. They're coming off a loss against Florida State. And this team, which is in perilous bubble position, looking to avoid an 0-2 week in conference play. What do you look for here for Syracuse for the final shot?
Kev, you put it in Judah Mintz's hands. You want to get downhill, but I think we have to have some off-the-ball, or Syracuse has to have some off-the-ball movement as well in order to get a good opportunity for a kick-out.
Copeland gets it in. He's got Brown, Bell, Starling, and Mintz. It's Judah Mintz, the 3rd leading scorer in the ACC, on a day where he has a career-high 12 assists. Guarded by Cleveland. 5 to shoot. Mintz still with a dribble. Lost it. It's Copeland for the win. Yes! Yes! Quadir Copeland is your hero.
Whoa! Quadir! Young fella. Wow, what an amazing game.
Is a shot worthy of jumping on the scores table.
You know what? You thought it was a broken play, Kev, and then he gets it and throws a cross-court pass. He's not known as a shooter, but he stepped into it and was confident and knocked that thing down. Quadir Copeland, how you doing?
Just his 6th made three-pointer of the season. The Orange's first buzzer beater at home in 7 years. And look, with Eric Devendorf in the house, why not a last second three?
It's only right. And look at, of course you got to bring the Instagram
selfie video as well.
Enjoy it, young fella. That doesn't come too often, man. Enjoy that moment. Unbelievable.
He had been 1 for 8 from the field before that shot. And Miami, which led this game for so long, falls by 3 at the horn. 72-69. Syracuse survives. Quadir Copeland is the hero. And the Orange gets to 4-3 in ACC play, remaining unbeaten at home. Guys, good luck cleaning that up in the studio.
Kev, what a scene from inside the dome. We got more hoops action coming your way. More Orange coming your way. Who's been hotter than Dalton Connect? Averaging better than 33 per game over the last 3 games. A red-hot Alabama team on Rocky Top coming your way. Top of the hour with Jay Williams, Coach Seth Greenberg, Kevin Connors here. It's been a while since that building has had that kind of a reaction at the end of the game.
What a shot.
What did you see, Jay?
Woo. Well, I mean, I want to give a shout out to Syracuse here, right? Because first off, I mean, Quadir, as all you guys were yelling in the studio, Quadir! He's made big-time threes, but I also got to give Judah Mintz a lot of love here. I mean, I don't know if he finished the game with 11 or 12 assists, but down the
13.
stretch, man, he just made play after play and after play. And the last play, here's what I don't understand. If you're Miami, you know there's going to be some kind of pick and roll with Mintz involved. Blitz him, Seth. Get the ball out of his hands, force him to play with his back towards the basket. If you give him a soft blitz here, he can see the court. And look, off this one, what are you doing? Why you drop back? Stay up on it. He makes a nice cross-court skip pass. Game over.
And if you look at that play right there, you're gonna seal and tag the roller right there on the left-hand side. If we can see that again, that's a long closeout for Beverly. You can't close out short. You got to actually get in the air and contest that shot. Move on the air, time of the pass. He held on the tag just a little bit too long. But you got to give credit. That is a big-time shot and an incredible find. I mean, like, Judah Mintz, 6'3". What do you want to do? Here's the deal, Jay. Well, if I was coaching you and it was the end of the game, I'm going to put the ball in your hands.
Go make a play.
I'm going to say, go make a play. Adrian Autry, first-year head coach, hands the ball to Judah Mintz the last 4 minutes of the game and said, go make a play. And you know what? He had trust in him. And you got to also say, like, you would understand, you've also, as a player, right, you've got to have selective aggressiveness. You know,
Selective aggressiveness.
Yeah,
I like
selective.
that.
You gotta
Can we just show the
selectively
play
aggressive.
one more time, please? Just like one more time.
You gonna be all right? You gonna be all right?
No. Because if you're Miami, you're going to be so pissed off at
freeze
this
it
game.
at one point?
I just want you, if you can freeze, I don't know if we can freeze it if we have it, but when he comes off this ball screen, okay, look, hey, he shows Seth, look at the big shows, and then he gets back, but you do not apply and sustain pressure. Right, here we go, freeze it, stay. Why are you dropping back? When you stay, you're having active hands, you deter that skip pass, but by dropping back, he sees the angle. I mean, kudos to Mintz for making a pass, but you can't leave him in that situation.
The game.
What a shot.
What did you see, Jay?
Woo. Well, I mean, I want to give a shout out.
Here's the deal, Jay. Well, if I was coaching you.
For Syracuse for the final shot.
Kev, you put it in Judah Mintz's hands. You want to get downhill, but I think we have to have some off the ball. If Syracuse has to have
It's Syracuse ball without a timeout with a shot clock off after some heroic shot making late in the game for both teams.
I just want to say Malik Brown to have the awareness to when he gets the ball to automatically turn and know and see where his teammate is. And then George on the other end, young fella, you have shown college basketball what you are about. Getting to the basket and then knocking down the deep three.
So Miami with 2 timeouts. Syracuse has the arrow with 18.6 to go. Orange has not lost at home this season. Their best start in the Dome in 6 years. Their last 9-0 start in the Dome was 10 years ago, that 2013-14 season. Miami, meanwhile, 19-2 after a loss the last 3 years. They're coming off a loss against Florida State. And this team, which is in perilous bubble position, looking to avoid an 0-2 week in conference play. What do you look for here for Syracuse for the final shot?
Kev, you put it in Judah Mintz's hands. You want to get downhill, but I think we have to have some off-the-ball, or Syracuse has to have some off-the-ball movement as well in order to get a good opportunity for a kick-out.
Copeland gets it in. He's got Brown, Bell, Starling, and Mintz. It's Judah Mintz, the 3rd leading scorer in the ACC, on a day where he has a career-high 12 assists. Guarded by Cleveland. 5 to shoot. Mintz still with a dribble. Lost it. It's Copeland for the win!